guys. Yeah, just to pop it off, I'm back. Yes, hallelujah. I know y'all been looking for the face. Do you like my hair? I did my hair. I mean, I had to do a lot of things. I have been doing a hell of a lot of things. I've been working a lot. I've been working at work, and I actually been doing odds and ends, like cleaning and all this other stuff, trying to get myself back to happiness. Because you can be happy. I'm happy, but you can always get to that next level of happiness. Just going to go ahead and start off and say, everybody knows I'm not going to even go through the I'm sorry to so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. You know who I'm sorry to, because I've already sent messages to you. Except for, I want to say, personal Billy, Candace, and Emma. Sorry I didn't get to come see you guys. I really, really, really tried. But if I would have came, it would have been like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I did not want to wake y'all up saying, let's party, let's party, let's party. The Wal-mart story, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you about the Wal-mart story, which really pissed me off. My boo was going to go take the cart back. Well, hey, let me start out. The people, the Walmart greeters at the front they stand there and supposed to tell you welcome to Walmart, yada yada yada, thank you, have a good day, yada yada yada. This old lady never said welcome to Walmart to me. She didn't tell me thank you, have a nice day, but I didn't give her a chance to do that one. But anyways, the story, the hype of the story is when we were getting ready to leave, and my boo was taking the cart back, because I don't take the cart outside, because I don't want to go find a cart return, and I don't want to have to go walk to put it back just to go back to my car. So I leave it in the store and carry my groceries out, because there's nothing wrong with my arms. So, like, I'm walking towards the door, he's walking to go put it up, and she stops me and says, boy, do you have a receipt? And every time I tell the story, I get angry. I get very enraged. I'm not enraged. I get very, very angry, because the situation could have been handled a lot different, because it's 2011, not 1975. So I'm sitting there thinking in my head, this old white lady called me boy. I'm okay with that at that point, because she's an old white lady. But the hype of it is when I said, he got my receipt. She turned around, looked at him, looked back at me, and gave me this look like she was about to throw up. And I'm like, hold up, it is 2011. If you ain't comfortable with it by now, you got a problem. So I'm sitting there getting mad, like, this boy need to hurry up. I don't know why this lady looking at me like she's just nasty and disgusted with me. And like, I'm like looking around, just like, hurry up, put the cart back. I'm carrying like $60 worth of groceries. I'm like, come on, my arms will give out at some point in time. Not right now, but he needed to come on. And as I'm looking around, I see out of my peripheral, my side view, sorry, some of y'all don't know this is the side view. Out of my peripheral, I see this Indian family coming, walking, and they, like, the lady standing right here, I'm standing right here, and they walk right in between us, and in my head I'm thinking, okay, if she asks them for a receipt, I'll be okay. She didn't say a word to them, didn't even look at them, she was still looking at me in disgust. And I'm like, I was like, you ain't doing your job. And you need to ask everybody for a receipt, not just the black people. And like, I'm getting mad, like, oh my God, I can't believe she just asked me, but she didn't ask nobody that just walked out the door. And like, I was getting tense and enraged, and I was in both Ashleys, and Sharina, y'all know when I say I was gonna tell her a thing or three, I was about to tell her a thing or three. I really was about to tell her a thing or three. But then my boo grabbed my arm, and I was like, whoa, hold on, wait a minute. I was about to swing on her, because at that point, I had tunnel vision. I was staring at her, she was staring at me, and I'm just like racing with the mind thoughts and everything. And when she grabbed my arm, and I was like, oof, And he's like, you ready? I was like, all right, let's go. He already showed her the receipt and everything, and we walked out the door, and I ranted and raved for a minute, and almost went back in, because that's how angry I was. I was about to go back in and talk to her manager and be like, look, you need to talk to this lady. Tell her to quit using words from 1965, because she might catch the wrong one that won't be able to calm themselves down, because me, I almost didn't. I almost wasn't able to calm myself down, but Lord said something came over me and said, Corr. It said, Corr, hey, tap me on the shoulder, tap me on the shoulder. And I was like, don't tap me, don't tap me. But I calmed myself down. But that was one thing that really, 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 really pissed me off. Like, everybody seemed pissed off. And only 4 people that I'm still, I guess I would say, friends with, have seen me rage out. And I try not to rage out often, which is the only reason why 4 people, 4, have seen me enrage. Because I can enrage and shut down a business and have people not want to come back because somebody went Psychobilly Freak Out in there. Yeah, I used a Guitar Hero reference. Psychobilly Freak Out. But anyways, that was another thing that made me mad. Another thing that made me mad that almost got me enraged is when it was like 3 days. It was like day after day after day. The first day, I saw on the news that they were getting cameras for cops. And I was like, oh, that's no big deal, no big deal. The second day, read online that they were taking seized money to buy the cameras. And I was like, okay, they taking seized money. I was like, I don't know what seized money's coming from. And then the third day, I read in the newspaper that they were taking seized drug money, $60,000 of seized drug money, to buy cameras to put on cop uniforms so that they can show how they conduct themselves. I was like, okay, let me think about this for a minute. We got secret shoppers that show how businesses conduct themselves, that cost other companies money, that don't have to interfere with, like, the state's money. And I'm like, okay, why don't we get people like that to do that for cops? And trust me, I've already thought about this through and through, and it can be done. It can be done. Just the simple fact that, will it be done? No, it won't, because it takes a person to, quote-unquote, break the law that somebody made back in God knows how long, and that goes against somebody, and that will go on their record, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, why don't we just throw out all those laws and make some new ones? I mean, this is 2011. I mean, I'm sorry, but everybody knows that the United States Treasury is about to just become nothing. It's like the American dollar is going to be worthless in about 10 years. We're going to be Africa, yeah, we're going to be Africa. I can see it now. I've seen too many people get not kicked out, but move out of their nice houses because they can't do the mortgage thing because of all the banks and yada, yada, yada. And I'm thinking, we all going to be living in little bitty tin shed huts, living in like we in Africa because, well, middle class and low class are going to be doing that. The high class and the really rich people are going to be still living in their houses because they're pretty much got money flow. But they won't have that much money flow because their money is going to be as worthless. It's going to be as worth as the U.S. is. But if they try to go somewhere else, they're going to be paying out of pocket. But I'm not even going to go into that because that's a whole different area, and then I'll get into politics, which I don't do politics. I really don't like talking about politics because that's one button that really gets me mad. And everybody's like, oh, you voted for Obama. I didn't vote, thank you very much. I didn't want to because if I would have voted for Obama, everybody would have been like, oh, you voted for the black guy. And I'm like, no, that's not necessary. Obama does have some good points. It's just a simple fact that the president does not have any power whatsoever. All the people that have the power is not the congressmen, but you know who has the power. We know who all has the power. The president has no power. I wish everybody quit blaming the president for everything because it's not the president's fault. Anyway, I'm starting to get enraged just talking about it. That's why I cannot talk about this subject because it would take too long. I'm going to go ahead and go into the next things. Birthdays. Happy birthdays to all the people who has their birthdays from July 1st to July 8th. I could name you right off the top of my head, but if I do that, then people are going to start emailing me saying, you didn't say happy birthday to me, Heath. And I just want to say happy birthday to everybody's birthday from the 1st to the 8th. And if you want a special personalized birthday, you have to let me know, because I'm not going to do a special personalized birthday unless you ask me. And I might sing happy birthday to you. Who knows? I have ideas in my book. And I'm going to go ahead and close this off. Be safe. This July 4th is right around the corner. It's a couple of hours around the corner, actually. Be safe. Don't be shooting no bottle rockets at people. Don't be doing no Roman candle fights. If you do, don't point them at your face. I mean, last year, one of my cousins, they done got hit in the face with one, and I was like, really? I was like, come on. Let's be smart about this year, people. It's 2011. Let's not be going to the hospital. Let's not have any deaths. Let's just keep everything good. And with that said, y'all take it easy and party like it's 1962, baby.